The cavalcade arrives at number 10. The gates are opened, and as they drive in, he feels a little tension in his core, for she will know that he is hiding more. As he disembarks from that limousine, cradling in his eyes those things unseen, the words he spoke last night must stay inside, while in his ears the president's words hide. Climbing the stairs up to the apartment, almost as if coming home reluctant, opening the front door, she sees Candor, hidden in the smile he tries to send her. And though she knows he must limit her vision, it still creates a tiny division. Dinner for the leader of a nation. Food and wine, the only conversation. As the patter dries up between courses, he digs deeper, speaking of the horses. It turns out to be one of his best moves, entertaining her with sounds of horse hooves. But a lawyer's mind is never at rest, and soon he has no other small talk left. "Well now, you must have some meat to give me. If I'm sounding nosy, please forgive me. But you know I also have your clearance. I'll say I know nothing for appearance, but please confide in me. I am your wife. I sense a great weight on your mind tonight. If you cannot speak to me, then who? Who will be the one that you turn to?" "My dear, you're right. I am troubled tonight, but I cannot involve you in this fight. I need to know that you can stand and swear that of the facts not one were you aware. It will protect you, and us, you see. That is the way these things must always be. And now I worry. What is it you've done? Does this man now hold you under his thumb?" "No, I like him. Please don't misunderstand. And I wonder what he holds in his hand. Like the true American that he is, the backs of his cards are all that one sees. You saw the face, and now you look worried. Closer to this war we have all hurried, eager to make the first move on Baghdad. And then we're attacking, and we will look bad." "On that part I do not think I agree, for we also come to set people free. It's not just about some hidden weapons. Sometimes one must push for change to happen. We could sit and wait for how much longer, while this evil man grows ever stronger? Don't his people deserve to be set free? By the timing of fate, this falls to me." "How well I know you, and how unsurprised I am to see such trouble in your eyes. Great leaders like you never truly rest, always afraid you never did your best. I know he's put you in a tough position, where you cannot but support his mission. Yet I know we also share his vision, and care more for justice than derision." "What do you mean? What have the papers said? Is it just papers with tops that are red?" "Red, white, or broadsheet, what does it matter? Their job is always to try and shatter castles and dreams that are built on thin ice. Meanwhile, we sit and roll heavier dice. What can those fools know of our relations? They talk to grasses. We talk to nations. How can they know of the wheels that we turn? For each advance, some small bridges must burn. History won't judge us by what they say. It will know all at the end of the day. It will know my husband was a leader, not a bullied red-top paper reader. Even without knowing what we found, you helped direct me towards the high ground, and I so wish I could tell you the facts. There is no need. I believe you should act as your conscience dictates in this matter. Some will always call you a Mad Hatter, and some will say you saved the world from madness. Either way, the price of war is sadness. And yourself, as leader, don't berate. You've done your duty. Put it to debate. Let your most worthy speaker criticize you, for to win against him magnifies you. I don't want magnifying. I want to know that we are justified in what we do. With so many players, how can I know what parts of this are real, which are for show? With the stroke of a pen, I will shed much blood, as if my ink be hellfire from above. And how can I find peace in that with God? How can fiery death ever be good? You know it can, as history has shown. The walls that protect us are carved from bones. The channel that we daily sail runs blood. The roof over our heads is death's grim hood. For all gains, a reckoning must be got. For every prize, a coin goes in the slot. Whatever is worth having is not free, and many break their necks climbing a tree. My dear, you see the problem whole and true. You shame me that I chose not to tell you how heavy this thing weighs upon my head. What is it? Something that our cousin said. He said if history be a jigsaw, laid out before us on a giant floor, and we are pieces, fitting as we must, our shapes are determined not just by us, but also by the pieces that are near. And though each piece, quite singular appear, has its form decided by four more, and without them its edges are unsure. It would not be a piece as such, would it? Another piece would be found that could fit. He said, we wear a suit of history's cut, and once we don it, all the seams are shut. That not all leaders wake in time to know. The man is wiser than his eyes would show. I do not doubt it. He is not a fool. He studied well the art of how to rule. Trust him, for you must. He is our ally. I do, and I have looked him in the eye. I know that he believes that he is right. My dear, I'll sleep on this. For now, good night. And so, he now adjourns and climbs the stairs, and he decides this matter calls for prayers. He now asks God to calculate the cost. A rare thing, but when somebody is lost, when compasses lack needles and clocks hands, and here be dragons in alien lands, man's advice is paltry information. He must turn to divine inspiration. Far away in China, it's the I Ching. In Scandinavia, runes do they fling. But here in Britain, we turn to a god. Every tradition to others seems odd.